Today in math, we're going to continue comparing numbers. So let's go over our DLO, and we'll do some examples, and then you'll do your work in your book. I'll go first. Today I will compare groups of numbers by counting. Now it's your turn. Today I will compare groups of numbers by counting. So we're going to be looking at colors today. They're sorting by colors in this book today of different colored fish. And down below it has specific directions for each one. So just make sure you read it correctly, because some of the questions it says circle the number that's greater, circle both if they're equal, or put an X if they're not equal. So it doesn't talk about less today. It just says not equal. All right, let's get started. I'm going to do some examples with my big circles, and in the book they're all scattered up. When you are working with numbers on a paper, or objects I should say, the best strategy I would use is the cross-out method to count each fish, because we can't move them. You can touch and count them, but then what if you skip one and you forget to go back? So I would take your pencil and I would cross them out. I can't cross them out on my dots, so I'll start with a few, just drawing them. And I'm going to do my cookies, my little circles, because those are easiest for me to draw out here. Okay. Let's write our number line so that we can figure out our numbers in order. So when the question asks which number is greater or if they're equal, then we can see on our number line by underlining the numbers. So let's start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll draw my arrow. I'll make my 3 a little better so we can actually see it. Okay, so we're going to count each group and write the number. Green. So this first time, we're going to count them, write the numbers for each color, and then circle the group that has a greater number. Everyone say greater. Say more. Say greater. Farther from 0. All right, let's count them. Let's count the blue ones. So I'm going to do the marking off method, which is what I'd like you to try in your book so that you can keep track of everything that you're counting. We'll go blue first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to make my 10. It's a 1 and a 0. 10. Now let's mark off the green ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make an S. Close the gate. That's the way you make an 8. I'm going to mark them on my number line to help me see which number is less or greater, but right now we're looking for greater, so I'm going to mark both of them. So I've got 8 right here and 10. I can see right away that 8 is closer to 0, so 8 is less, not as many. And 10 is further away, 10 is more, so I can see that 10 is greater than 8. So I'm going to circle the number 10 because it's greater. Let's erase and do another one. Move my lines. And in your book today, there is a little number line that you can use. Or if you have a piece of paper, I would draw one so that you can mark it, or on your dry erase board. That would be really good. All right, let's draw some more. I'm going to use the same blue and green because they show up the best. Okay. Now for the green, try and count the circles also while I'm drawing my circles. Because I can't draw and count and talk at the same time. Doesn't work for me. This time, we're going to figure out which number, we're going to draw an X to show if they're not equal. So we're not looking for less, we're not looking for greater. We can certainly find those, but we're going to mark an X on the number. I don't know what does say that. Mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. I thought it said something different. So we will find the number that is less. Let's start counting. Let's count our blue ones. We're going to use the crossing out method so we can keep track of our numbers. Start with blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make a loop and then a line. That's the way you make a 9. Let's count our green ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make an S and close the gate. That's the way you make an 8. So I'm going to mark them on my number line so I can see where they are. Yesterday's we had them lined up in rows so we could see which group had more, but now we're just seeing our numbers because they're scattered. So that's why I'm using the number line to figure out which number is less, not as many. The number that's less is closer to 0. And the number that's greater, more, is going to be after the number that is less. It's further away. So I can see that 8 and 9 are next to each other, but 8 is closest to 0, so 8 is less, not as many. So I'm going to put a big X on 8 because it is less. Let's do one more example. This time, if it's greater, I'll circle it. If it's less, I'll put an X, and if it's equal, then we will circle both of them. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to use the crossing out strategy again so that I can keep track of the numbers I'm counting. Let's do blue first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight across, down from heaven. That's the way you make a 7. Let's count the green ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Straight across, down from heaven. That's the way you make a 7. 7 is here. 7 is here. Look, I made an equal sign because they're both on 7. They're both the number 7. If they're the same, put your equals up. Say equals. Equal means the same. Equal means the same. These are the same number and they're equal, so I'm going to put a loop around both of them. So in your book, your little fishies are very close together. Use the crossing out method to cross them out. You have a number line up here you could use. I would use your dry erase marker and draw a number line so that you can erase underlining and figure out which one is less, closest to 0, or which one is more, greater. And now it is your turn.